it good against the pass or is it not? I think today we kind of proved something.
I don't know what we proved. What I do know is the kids played hard, and that was a really good offense. We knew we were going against. We knew they could make some explosive plays. You saw it on the first drive of the game, and then that one right before the half. But on the most part, I thought we did a nice job of limiting those explosive plays, and we talked about trying to create some momentum plays ourselves. And again, I just thought the kids played really hard. Obviously, again, wasn't perfect, but we know games aren't going to be perfect. But if you play with discipline and you play together, and you lean on your technique and the coaching, a lot of times it's going to turn out in your favor. And we were really blessed today. No.
This year when you realized I've got a really good defense.
I thought coming out of spring, we talked. I thought coming out of spring we had a chance to be a good defense, and it was just a chance. And it's like any, when you develop a recruit, when you see the potential, but it's whether they actualize that potential. And you could see the potential in this defense. You could see it in that D-line. You could see the talent in the secondary and the speed. And it was once they built that confidence in themselves that, okay, we can do this. It really took shape. And I'm just so proud. I mean, as a coach, you can't be any prouder than this group and the way they performed, the way they battled it. A lot of guys will put their head down on that play right before half, and they didn't. They went into halftime and said, fellas, it's no big deal. They were good. They weren't down. There were no daubers down. They knew for the most part of that first half that they dominated, and they knew they could come back out in the second half and do the same thing, and that's what they did.
Are you too busy while the offense is on the field to sit and appreciate what Lynn is doing out there?
You look up at the scoreboard, in the Jumbotron, and you watch them running around, and you watch those running backs, and you watch the beauty of, being a front guy. You watch the beauty of the offensive linemen just sticking and moving blockers and creating holes, and it's a thing of beauty. And you see those wideouts, battling and blocking downfield. So I think it's sort of the definition of this team is that, when everybody thought this team was out or down and out or they couldn't do it, they just looked at each other and said, okay, fellas, we're going to do this for each other. And when that happened, coming out of that first bye week, things flipped. And just really proud of these guys.
How much with that switch, the quarterback and playback for Arkansas, how much has that helped the defense? Just being able to sustain drives, because there were some of those really short drives there before that.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can be on the sideline and you can make corrections and they're grounded on another first down, they're getting another, you're like, okay, good, we can go back to the bench and we can fix something else. That a lot of times if it's a quick 3 and out, you can't fix everything that happened on the previous drive. And we've been able to get those things fixed. We've been able to get guys settled down. And they've been dialed in, and they feed off it. You see it in the defense's eyes. When they look up and they're sitting on the bench and they look at the Jumbotron and they see a first down or a big play, they get juice and energy from that. And so, it's complementary football. The same thing as special teams plays. You see, pin them down deep, with Duffy, or stop a fake punt, which is a huge momentum shift there, and we get 3 points. So I think all three phases, have just really complemented, and hopefully from a defensive standpoint, we've done our part that the offense can sort of feel some juice off of what we've done.
Do you think that was a fake all the way, the formation?
From what I understand, they do a lot of funky formations, so I did not know it was going to be a fake, but you knew those kind of things were coming in this kind of game.
Brad, when you got word that the wide receiver was going to move on with the quarterback, did you have a conversation with your guys on the defensive side?
No, we have enough issues to handle on the defensive side, and we know Coach Stoops and Coach Grant and all the offensive coaches were going to put us in the best position to score points and move the football. So we didn't need to say, hey, we need to do more, we need to do it. No, when we came out of the bye, it wasn't we need to do more, it was we need to do us. we need to be us. And we were at times in those first 5 games, but it wasn't consistent. And over these last 7, you've seen the consistency of that group.
What is us?
Us is just a bunch of, it's 11 guys who are on the field and however many others, 20 plus others on the sideline, you know, pulling for each other. And when it's your time to be on, you're going to play fast, you're going to play physical, and you're going to do what you're taught to do. And I'm going to be the first one. You know, they had a run on the coming out, you know, when we had them pinned down on the 4, and they had the long run. That was on me. You know, I had told, you know, I told Boog to get really heavy on number 2 because I thought they were going to take a shot. You know, they wind that back, which is going to be his gap. That's on me as a coach. And I think all our coaches do a good job of saying, hey, listen, if we taught you to do that and something went wrong, that's on us. So everybody's taking ownership, and when you take ownership, good things happen.
Before the season, we talked about replacing Josh Allen by committee like you did White Freeney whenever he wasn't playing. How do you think y'all have done doing that so far this year?
You know, I think we knew we were going to need to get some pressure from those interior guys, and they've really stepped up. Calvin, TJ, you know, those guys in that room, and I think everybody's sort of accepted the role, and it was good to see, you know, Jamin got in there, and even, you know, at the end of the game to see some of those young D tackles in Quay, and, you know, Day, they make some plays, so exciting to see it come from all different spots.